Good day, Bucks County. What's going on out there? Hey, it's Martha coming to you again from the wonderful Upper Bucks County where it's beautifully green and pleasantly sunny, believe it or not, today. No tornadoes, no storms, looking good out there. Hey, just wanted to let you know that we've got some great guests coming up. We still have them lined up. We are just trying to get some of these tech issues solved, which they are as of today. So, of course, I will be telling you a little bit about those people on the upcoming days. I also want to just go over a little bit about me. We haven't really talked about that part. I've, been so busy working on my new business, which is I'm editing, I'm publishing, ebook publishing, doing audiobooks, doing voiceovers, handling so many other social media projects for so many different people. So it's got me busy. It's not like driving the 20,000 miles a month I did. Change, so much change. I remember having, 700 clients? And I was busy 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for so many years. I can't even tell you what it was like. But I got to travel. I drove all over the country. California, Texas, Florida, Chicago, out into the West, Washington, up into Canada. It was just fantastic. The people that I would meet, the places that I've been, things that I've done, and then flying on top of it. Just flying on United all the time, getting first class, sometimes premier. That's okay. It still is a great seat. But I do miss it. I miss all those clients. I miss all those conversations. And that's one of the reasons I started doing this podcast. Because I can get my voice out there and help other businesses. We're going to talk about all those people out there that have changed their business or have lost it and started something new, and what they've been doing over the past 5 months. In the course of 5 months, I haven't done any kind of work except trying to figure out what is going to change in order to make it. In order to make those bills, to make those payments. And, I'm helping those clients that I used to have now help them in their business and help them to thrive, to help them get out there and be noticed, because some people just they're just not great at social media. They don't know how, and it comes really easy for me. So anyways, besides that, I thought we could talk a little bit about me, give you kind of a little bit of a background. So I am a woman who is nicknamed the Renaissance Woman. And the reason I'm called the Renaissance Woman is because I can go out there and do just about anything. I can change tractor tires, car, oil, doesn't matter what. I can work on any vehicle and not have any problems. I started out as a New Jersey girl, and I was on this huge farm. It was over 100 acres, I believe. Was brought up there, and then we moved to Pennsylvania. So we have an agricultural background. My last name is Voorhees. Original name is Van Voorhey. And that town still exists in the Netherlands. It is a little town called Hay, Hees. And the town is this beautiful farm community in the Drenthe area. That's the Drenthe area of the Netherlands. And I still have family there. And I one day will go back and I will go see that and go see some family. But in the meantime, I, was raised on a farm. My parents were hard workers, very, very hard workers. And they made and did everything they could. We raised everything on the farm, from all our food to everything. We learned anything possible to make sure that we didn't have to go out and buy food. We didn't have a ton of money, but we did always have a roof over our head, and we were always fed. So that was a very strong influence that my parents gave me as growing up. We were taken care of We were provided everything that we needed. But as a little girl, when we moved to Jersey, from Jersey to Pennsylvania, we, did not know the kind of work that was going to be involved growing up on a farm. My sisters worked very hard when they were kids in New Jersey. And I, too, worked very hard coming into Pennsylvania on a farm. It just never occurred to me, what was involved to take care of such a place. My father had many businesses, one of them being 18,000 chickens. Huge amount of chickens in this huge chicken house. Plus, he had all the crops that he took care of and a huge, I don't know how many acres of a garden we had. We just constantly worked. The work ethic that we got from just being raised on that farm and being trained how to run a business. That's pretty much what we all did. My sisters, myself, it was just a crazy upbringing, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So yes, I am a farmer's daughter, and I worked hard on that farm as well as my sisters. I stayed with it longer than what my sisters did because they went off to different careers. I didn't do the same thing, so I stuck around. I stayed there and worked hard with my father as he had his feed business, and he had the poultry, he had the crops, he just, he had a huge garden, used to sell all these vegetables on a roadside stand. It was a really amazing time, because back then there was trust. People would come in, they'd buy the food from the side of the road, they'd leave the money, cash. You don't see that today. But it was a fantastic journey during those years. Learning how to change your oil in a tractor, in a combine, in a car. You're cutting out the grass. You had to be able to fix those things when they broke down. So we could just do everything. That's where the Renaissance woman name came from. But in the course of that time, I decided to leave at a very young age. I got tired of it. I think I left when I was, 17, probably 18. My sisters were already gone. The oldest was, she was very young when she left. And Diana, she went to school. She went to college, she became a doctor. And the other one, she became a model, and she ended up working in a different type of industry versus what we did. But it was fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. I miss them. I don't get to see them anymore. And every once in a while we get to talk on the phone, and it's fun to get caught up. It really is. But after my stint as a farm girl working in agriculture, and I went off to other industries. I actually worked as a trainer, fitness trainer. And I did a couple other stints. Actually did some moonlighting, believe it or not. That's another story for another time. I did some moonlighting, and then I went off into a couple other careers during that time. And eventually I moved up to Allentown, where I worked in a couple gyms, Powerhouse Gym. I was over at Gold's. I was over at the Conditioning Club in Allentown many years ago. So I was actually a nutritionist and a trainer, and I was certified to do all that, and did it for many years. And after that stint, then I decided to move back to the farm. And moving back to the farm because my father was very ill, he ended up disappearing. And when he disappeared, things had to be taken care of. It was a really rough time in my life. My dad, was found eventually, but he had Alzheimer's. And unfortunately, he had to go into an Alzheimer's unit, so the farm was left open to whatever was going to happen to it. We didn't know, but my mom decided to, why not? I really want to stay here at this farm. Let's see what we can do with this. What can we do to put it back in business? Well, let me tell you, it was a ton of work, and I did it. I was able to pull it together, put it into a horse farm. It was a huge project. Never thought I was going to be able to accomplish something like that. It was a lot of sweat, hard work, pain, a lot of tears, a lot of bumps along the way. But I did it, and the accomplishment